Hi guys, this is Olaf. I'm 50 years old, finally in Kona for the first time in 3 years. We are now 8 days away from the Ironman World Championships here in Kona. I am super excited, and this is episode 40 of my journey to the Ironman World Champs in Kona and St. George. It's a bit of an update, and definitely lots of ups and downs. So we made it here okay, so that's the great news. We had 3 days, 3-day trip. So we left Martinique on Saturday, flew to Miami, 3.5 hours. So we left at 2, arrived sort of at 5, between 5 and 6. It was a slight delay. And then off to the hotel. What did I do on that? That was Saturday. Yeah, I'd run a 2-hour run the morning before we left. We did 2 hours with 2 minutes run, 1 minute walk, and that actually went quite well. So I was quite happy with that. But the flights, yeah, my calves didn't like that so much. Obviously, lots of blood into the lower limbs. Anyway, so Saturday was in Miami. We slept there. And then on Sunday, I had a swim in the morning, and at 4 p.m. actually we left to Los Angeles. So for those last 2 legs, we were actually in business and first class, but because these are internal flights, number one, no access to the lounge, and number two, the seats actually you cannot they are not sort of beds. Actually, you can sort of barely, there's a little bit more space, but you can barely put them back. So actually not the experience that I spent a couple $1,000s on. Yeah, so then arriving in LA, I'd had another quick swim, I believe, and then in the morning, yeah, that was supposed to be my day off, but since our flight was at 1 p.m., that was on Monday, I decided to do a quick one at the gym. I did 20 minutes bike and 20 minutes running, and at the end my calf, yeah, I could feel it sort of seizing up. So nothing sharp, but definitely it didn't feel good at all. I could feel a bit of a lump afterwards, and so yeah, I felt shit. On top of it was the other one, so not the one I'd been injured on, but the other calf, which is actually, since I started running again, I've been feeling, maybe because with the physio we concentrated really on the one calf that had the injury, and actually in training, the little I've done in terms of running, I always could feel a little bit more the other one. So yeah, so I felt shit. This is not good. And then another 6-hour flight to come here, and then yeah, obviously didn't feel good. So I decided to switch in training and give the running another day rest. So yesterday, I've left Sunday evening. Then on Monday I had my first swim here in Kona, which was awesome. I had a 3-hour bike, which was also great. So the bike, yeah, with all the humidity in Martinique, I feel it's starting sort of to fall a bit apart. But yeah, it's still going well, and all good, I believe. So that is great. And so then, yeah, I did massage, I did stretch, massage again, stretch, and then today, on Tuesday, I did 2.5 hours, so over 25 kilometers as a run walk. So at the beginning, I did strictly 1 minute, 1 minute. And at the beginning, actually, it didn't feel that great. I could feel it more actually walking than running, which I guess was sort of okay. But then after it got warm, etc., it felt better, and so at the end I was doing up to 2 minutes run and sort of 45 seconds walk. So in the end, I did over 25k, so just over 10 kilometers an hour average, and quite happy with that. Honestly, I didn't think I was gonna be able to do this. I didn't think the calf would hold up. And so after yesterday and the day before, thinking there's absolutely no way I'm going to be able to run a marathon. There's absolutely no way I'm going to be able to do this race or to finish this race, and being really quite pessimistic. I actually starting to feel after the session today, especially now that it's been a few hours and there's not really that much more pain. So it feels okay, there's no lump, so I'm again cautiously optimistic, which is great. In any case, I'm not too worried about, or how should I phrase it? I'm not. I don't have super high expectations. It's what is sure. It's that it's awesome to be here. It's awesome to be in this great environment, which is Kona. It's just beautiful, and we've missed it the last 2 years. It's my 9th time here. My wife is a 6th time here, and so super excited whatever happens. We did 2.5 hours 25k, and at the end of that, going easy, running maybe 2/3 of it or something like that. The legs, I can feel them at the end, obviously a bit tired, but recovering quite quickly. So we're having planned another 2 of those before the race, a bit longer, and so hopefully the legs gonna be okay by the race to sustain a full marathon, at least at that kind of speed, right? I mean, I was running like between 4:30 on the way down, up to sort of 5, maybe 5:10 at the end. So if I can hold that, without stopping for a full marathon and do under 5 minutes pace, then it's gonna be a great race, So let's see what happens, and I am again cautiously excited. All right, so maybe a little bit more about Kona. So what's quite funny is that the first time I came here was in 2009, and I didn't even know that the Ironman World Championships were taking place here. I had just started triathlon. I'd actually bought my first tri bike at racycles.com, and I had made it. We were at the Four Seasons here, and I had it shipped here to Hawaii, since it's sort of inside the US, much cheaper than shipping it to Japan, where I lived at that moment. And so I did ride here on the Queen K for some training, but I had no idea this was the World Championship course. So just crazy how life changes, and how the appreciation of this island has changed in these last few years. Then I came competing, first time 2012, where I finished 8th. I remember taking the run really easy, thinking, let's keep some for the end, but I just got slower and slower. And with 12k to go, I knew that if I was able to run over 12k an hour, so under 5 minute pace, I would be able to go under 9:30, but I couldn't. So I finished in 9:31, but 8th place, for my first time. That was really fantastic. And then 2013, I finished 4th, and then it's been, quite a few disasters. So 2014 actually was the worst. I finished 104th in my age group, over 10 hours. Yeah, so not super disappointed. Really gave up at some point. Yeah, not good. Walked a lot of the marathon, over 4 hour marathon. And then 2016, 2017 were pretty crap races as well. Where I finished to the 40th in my age group, sort of between 9:50 and 10 hours again. And then 2018 I was injured. I was still hoping I could maybe do, because had a bike accident where I injured my shoulder, so I couldn't really lift my arm, and I was still hoping it would be okay for the race, but just it wasn't. And on top of it, I had another injury where I couldn't really run, so so then I just 2 days before the race I flew back home and watched the race live from home. It was just got it. 2000, maybe to mention the years before, also I had some really bad preparation, either injury, I could only run sort of 3 weeks before the race, or I had some antibiotics course, but sort of shit preparation also caused for a shit race. And then my last race was 2019, where I had just come back from really tough time we were going through personally, and so it was much more of a just sort of enjoy race. Didn't really have a mind into suffering and pushing it, and so again sort of a 9:50 time and 40th place in my age group. And now but let's see what happens, but based on previous experiences with the shitty preparation, it's typically a shitty race, so that's why I don't want to, this is really a tough race. It's always even 3 hours on the bike easy. You just walk away from that exhausted. I mean, the heat here, I don't know what it has, but it is difficult. And maybe it's also a matter of nutrition. Obviously, it's also a matter in training you don't really have the race nutrition, but I will have to be super conservative on the bike. I would have to be super focused on nutrition, super focused on getting that all in order to step off the bike not feeling completely roasted and out of energy, because that is how I felt quite a few times here, and that is why it has sort of really been a disaster when you walk off the bike and you run at a super slow 5 minutes per kilometer pace, and your heart rate is already at 150, which is sort of the upper limit you can hold, and you're going nowhere. So so that obviously is the objective, not to feel that way, and to come off the bike feeling good and okay, and just to start running at 4:30 4:40 pace, feeling easy, and then see how it goes. So that's a little bit my history with Kona, and in a nutshell my plan. So let's see how that goes. Thanks for watching, thanks for being part of the journeys, thanks for being part of my ups and downs. I mean, again, I'm super happy here, but definitely the roller coaster emotions is quite bizarre. So still 1 week to go, let's see what's happening, and stay tuned.